You probably remember this. We had about 4 dry years in a row, and Fallon is now benefiting from a second straight wet year. Lake Lahontan is nearly full, and as Paul Nelson shows us, that storage is bringing Fallon's fields back to life.
This is how you can tell how tall or how big your corn will be.
Colby Frey grows several different crops on his farm in Fallon, and things are off to a great start.
Corn's supposed to be knee-high by the 4th of July, and it's already, up to here, so we're really excited.
Frey says this corn will be up to 14 feet tall when he harvests this fall, thanks to 100% water supply.
The two most important ingredients are dirt and water, and in Nevada we have lots of dirt, but water is so precious.
Lake Lahontan filled up again this year, and some water even had to pass through the dam to make room for runoff. Now that the snow has melted, the reservoir is still 90% full and will have a surplus heading into winter.
If we have a good supply left over at the end of the year, and then we have any kind of good year up there upstream, that's good things for the entire valley.
Farmers are expected to get their full water supply this irrigation season, and that'll last until November. As you can see, plenty of water is already going out onto the fields, so supply is not the issue. The biggest challenge right now is the heat.
Everybody wants to irrigate when it gets hot. The plants are using a lot of water, and so, but we're fortunate because we're not having to conserve like we were 2 years ago and really stress out the plant.
Timing is key, making sure everyone gets their water as soon as possible because everybody wants it now.
That puts a demand on the system for us, but we're making it. We're going to get through and get a lot of water to folks.
This corn will be used to make whiskey at the Frey Ranch distillery, but most farmers grow crops for feed in the local dairies or export it. And it's the water that brought this valley back to life.
A lot of farmers are much happier where they're spending money on equipment and other things that are needed, and so it's helping the whole economy.
And that's a big deal considering everyone has fixed costs that don't go up or down with water supply. After 4 years of drought followed by a record amount of precipitation last year, people say this growing season is just about perfect.
It's going to be a good year, we think, for most everyone.
Covering the story in Fallon, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.
You may recall last year's crews built a spillway and a canal to move excess water around Fallon to keep it from flooding the town. Well, the TCID did have precautionary releases from the Lahontan Dam, but fortunately it wasn't enough to use the Big Dig spillway this year.